Good morning. It is Easter Sunday. I hope the Easter Bunny was good to you and left you lots of chocolate eggs and jelly beans all over the place. So I don't know how many people are going to tune in today, but it'll be fun. And today we're going to do sarımsaklı köfte, which is affectionately translated to garlicky Bulgar buttons. I thought the recipe title was kind of adorable, so that's kind of why I wanted to make it. I have a little confession to make. I actually haven't made this recipe yet. So this is either going to come out absolutely fantastic or it will be a glorious nightmare adventure cooking live altogether if I completely fail at this. So, at least I'm not alone in all of this, right? So today we got to assemble some ingredients. For the little buttons, we're going to need 2 cups of fine bulgur, a 1/4 cup of semolina flour, the fine semolina flour, not the coarse semolina flour, a 1/4 cup of white flour, a teaspoon of cumin, a tablespoon of tomato paste, and a tablespoon of pepper paste. But if you don't have pepper paste, which I don't have, I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, some salt, some pepper, and some warm water. So that's what we're going to get started with right now so that can set, so then we can make the sauces. I'm going to make 3 different kinds of sauces today. We're going to make like a tomatoey garlicky one, a yogurty garlicky one, and a tomato pasty buttery one. So Mom used to make this all the time when I was growing up, and she just ripped it together and made it look super easy. So fingers crossed that this all comes together easy, because if you're just tuning in, this is my first time making this recipe. So I haven't done this yet. So we're completely experimenting together, but I think we'll be okay. All right. First, I have my big bowl, here to put my bulgur in. So I need 2 cups of fine bulgur. So if you remember one of the tasty tidbits that we had back in Black Cherry a couple months ago, there are different grades of bulgur. So the fine one is what you get in the tabbouleh, and that you just need water to kind of soak it all up. Oh, look at that. We're almost using all of it. Oh, a little bit more. Okay, so we've got 2 cups of fine bulgur. And I have water that I boiled and let to cool. So now we have, what are we doing? I gotta actually read instructions. So in a bowl, wet bulgur with a cup of warm water. It's a good thing I read the instructions, because I probably would have put the 2 cups of water in and it would have sucked. All right, so we've got a cup of warm water. Pour on our 2 cups of bulgur. I need a spoon, and that really does not look like a lot of water for this, but I'm going to go with it because that's what the instructions tell me to do. Okay, I've mixed it. I'm going to cover this with a towel. Where's my towel? And put this aside for a minute while we go on to measuring other stuff. All right, let's put you over here. Okay, next, we're going to get another bowl. We are going to add our semolina, salt, cumin, pepper, tomato paste, and put that right here for right now. Oh, probably should have opened that first. Yeah, what did I not learn on the brunch one to open? I got it. All right, so I need to get a 1/4 cup of semolina flour. So this is the semolina flour I'm using. This is fine. So this is super, super soft. Okay, let's see if I can open this up. There we go. And we need a 1/4 cup of this. Oh, that's super loud. Oops. Okay. I probably should choose softer, like, measuring things. All right, and we need some cumin. Let's see. We need some salt. Okay, we got that. We got some pepper. And I'm actually going to get another little dish. And I'm going to put the tomato paste on this so that it doesn't all stick. So I needed a couple of, so let's kind of do that. All right, so that is ready. This still needs to set. I am going to continuously make lots of noise, apparently. I'm going to turn my water on because we're going to kind of boil it up. It's going to be kind of like a Turkish gnocchi of sorts. That's what people have been calling it. So we're going to boil these once they're all done. I'm just trying to use my time wisely since that's still sitting. And I'm going to get a pan ready so that we can... Oh my God, I'm so loud today. Okay. Let's get a pan ready for our butter and our tomatoes. I'm deviating from the recipe because I am a completely like butter and tomato saute kind of girl rather than an olive oil and tomato kind of girl. Like sauteing, there's just something about the smell of butter and tomatoes that just makes me happy. And I don't know if it's because my grandmother over in Turkey always used to cook the Turkish tomato pasta and just let the butter and tomato like simmer like forever, that smell just brings me comfort. But I just like the smell of butter and tomato. So I am deviating from the recipe a little bit because I like butter and tomato better. So for this, we're going to have some butter. We're going to chop up a few tomatoes. We need 5 to 6 cloves of garlic because, you know, it's garlicky Bulgar buttons. And then that's what we're going to work with right now while the Bulgar is resting. So we can kind of get this going. So I am just going to dice up my tomatoes and let them simmer and get that going. And hopefully Mina likes these when she comes back tomorrow because this is going to be dinner. I think it'll be good. I think this is kind of like almost a cheater way of making like the dumplings like we made last time. We made the manta with the meat. I think this is kind of like a cheater way because you can kind of have all of the flavors, but it won't take all of the time. Because last time that took a while. After I got off of the live stream, making the manta, it took us another hour or two to finish, you know, making all of those dumplings and then baking them and then cooling them and then putting them in freezer bags. So that took a minute. All right, let's get this going. And I think once we get this going, we can probably head on to making the rest of the dumpling dough. Oh my goodness, they're all mushing apart. Let's put this here, you in here, get you sauteing a bit while we cut the other ones. And on another note, I completely forgot that I needed to have parsley, so I went in my garden, and luckily enough, I had a little baby parsley growing, so I actually could get some stuff from the garden today. So that was pretty exciting, that spring is actually here, that I could actually kind of save face and have parsley to sprinkle over the top, because that's kind of that last little flourish that you need is to make it all happy and green. Because, you know, today's Easter, you kind of need green, kind of grassy stuff, pulling out all that color. All right, that's enough tomato for right now. Let's get this sauteing and simmering. Let me get some garlic. We're going to mince 5 cloves of garlic. I have a very special way of peeling my garlic. It's so technical. I bet you'll be super jealous. Okay. I kind of, oops, there we go. I take my handy dandy. Ooh, let's make this so that it's small. See, there's my garlic right there. I take my handy dandy little thing and I smash them. There we go. 1, it relieves a little bit of stress. 2, it's fun. And 3, it makes this super easy to peel. So that's my handy dandy way to like peel garlic, or at least smash them to get the garlic off. I know that all cooking professionals, they take their knife and they delicately take their little hand and press it and do that. But I have to tell you, I just have a fear of slicing my hand open, because you all know that I get squirreled and I don't pay attention all that much. And, you know, if I did that while I was smashing garlic, well, then a disaster could happen. We all don't want that, because that would make me sad and it would hurt. So, all right, we've got my tomatoes are simmering. Okay, this one didn't smash very well, guys. Let's turn you down. Let's kind of stir you up a little bit. And then I'm going to take my little garlic that I smashed. I got my rasp, because I also don't chop my garlic to mince. I use my rasper guide. That's kind of how I do my garlic. So I know that maybe some people, this is a faux pas, but this is how I roll. This is what I do. So I'm just mincing this directly in the thing, so this can simmer while we go through all the rest of the stuff. So we're completely multitasking, and if you haven't learned already, Turkish food is figuring out what you can do while other parts of it are cooking. So there's always something that can be done. All right, 2 more, and then I think we should be able to go back to our dough. And I also am going to put some pepper in there, some hot red pepper. Because I don't have pepper paste, so I'm going to add some hot red pepper. So we're just going to let this simmer and cook down while we work on the rest of this. Got it? Okay. That is simmering. This needs to get turned on. And now let's go back to our bulgur. All right, we're back here. So we're going to add our bowl that has the semolina. It has a 1/4 cup of semolina. It has a teaspoon of cumin. It has some salt and pepper. We're going to dump that in here. And then we're going to add our tomato paste. Okay. I'm going in. Let's see. See, I've got this. Let's see. Can I stick this up on anything? Let's stick this up. Hopefully I don't screw up my thing. There we go. All right. I'm about to get gooey. Let's see here. I need my flour. I've got some flour on the side, and we're just going to knead all of this together. It's kind of goopy. All right. So the idea is to incorporate all of the spices and the tomato paste in with the bulgur right now. And then we're just going to keep kneading this for a little bit longer. We'll add some flour, and we're going to add some more water, and we're just going to keep kneading it until it kind of all sticks together. So that's what I'm doing. So right now, I will show it to you before I add the flour. It's becoming almost a light pink color, which I guess is appropriate for Easter. All right. See? I don't know if you can tell the color, but it's a little bit of a light pink. So we are going to add some flour, and I need another cup of water. All right. Okay, I'm going to mix the flour with it so we don't end up with paste after I add the water. And I hope the water isn't so hot that I don't burn my cute little fingers, because that would make me sad. All right. There we go. All right. Now we are going to add a cup of water in slow amounts. So just a little bit at a time. All right. And it's starting to clump up, as you can see. We don't want it too sticky, so this is why we are doing this little by little, because you might not need all of, let's see, can you see? There we go. Gotta get the bottom part. You might need a little bit more. Definitely build muscles with this one, that's for sure. Squeezing it. I think it might need a little bit more water. All right. It's not as sticky or like goopy on my hands as I thought it was going to be. So that's kind of cool. All right, let's add a little bit more water. See how that goes. A little bit more water. All right, let's keep pushing. All right, let me put you here. Oh, I think this will be good. So you just add enough water and squeeze this all together until it will stick together. Okay. There we go. And I think that is plenty because we're getting lots of big clumps. All right. Now, you want to take, these are supposed to be tiny. So that, I know gnocchi's a little bit bigger. So think about like half the size. So you roll it. Let's see if I did it enough. So you roll it. Well, I think if it's splitting, I need more. All right. So if it cracks on the sides, I gotta knead it more. Maybe we should add the rest of the water. Let's try that. Because my first attempt, it cracked. We don't want it to crack. We want it to be soft. All right, here we go. And the tomatoes and the garlic are just kind of hanging out and simmering. So that's fine. And I have the water on to boil in the other burner. So once we make a few. All right. Should we try this rolling and pressing thing again and see if we split? Let's see. Let's see how this works. Okay. We're rolling. Got a nice little ball. Still splits a little bit. I guess I gotta need a little bit more, but I think that might be good for right now. See? We've got button. How about that? I need a plate to put my buttons on. So let's do a few. All right. We're gonna just kind of do a few of these. Let's turn up my water so it can boil. All right. Okay, we got another button. And I'm just lining a little pan next to me. So we'll just do a few of these to make a little meal. More buttons. They are pretty cute. They kind of remember when I was in school and my mom used to make these for me all the time. And apparently, here, let me see you guys. Apparently, this is more of a Southeastern kind of dish because when I was married, my ex didn't know anything about these little guys. And I'm like, how do you not know? Because I grew up with this and I grew up in America. Hi, how are you? Are you cooking with me too? Okay, let's see. All right, we'll do a couple more because I don't want to spend all day doing these little buttons. We can do them later. All right, 2 more and I think that will be good. So what we're gonna do is we are going to cook these again like gnocchi in a boiling water, and then when they float to the top, they're done, in theory. Well, thank you. I hope I'm doing great because this is the first time I'm making this recipe. So, Bill thought it was a little bit adventurous to kind of do this, without actually practicing it. I'm like, how hard could this be? It's squishing dough. I can totally handle that on the fly. And if not, at least it will be entertaining to watch me fail at a brand new recipe. At least that's what I figure anyway. All right. I'm going to rinse my hands a bit. Okay. Let us cover back up the rest of this. And we're going to make up a little bowl of some garlic yogurt and get that ready. We don't need this over here. I seriously wish I had more room in my kitchen, but I don't. All right. So I'm just going to take half of the recipe right now. So usually you would do 2 cups of yogurt. What is it? 2 cups of yogurt, some garlic, and add some mint. And that is the yogurty garlic section. Hi, Carol. I am not so much an expert at this one. I haven't done it before, but we're playing. All right. So we've got a little cup of yogurt. And take a couple of garlic. We're going to do our fancy smashing garlic. Oh, I forgot there was water in this when I smashed it. I got a little wet, as you can see. Okay, note to self, if you're using your measuring cup to smash your garlic, make sure that the measuring cup is empty of water or you'll get a surprising little shower. So if I wasn't awake, I'm awake now. Because now I got kind of dribbled over with water. All right. We've got our garlic. I'm going to mince some garlic in here. Don't need a tomato peel in there. Turn my tomato sauce down. All right. I'm just going to mince some of the garlic into the yogurt. Got this going on here. We'll add some dried mint. And this part of the sauce will be good to go. Oh, I've got one more garlic. Where's my dried mint? Okie dokie. That's done. So I'm just mixing up my garlicky yogurt. My big jar of dried mint that is slowly going away. Okay. Mix this in together. Okay. There's my garlic yogurt. That is done. Woo. Itchy nose. Okay, put that away. Now, I got to turn another burner on. And we are going to do like the tomato paste drizzle. And again, I'm going to go against what they want. They want olive oil, and I'm going to go with butter. Because, I don't know. Anything with tomato, when it's a saucy something like this, I think just kind of needs butter. So I've got some butter. And let's see. Does it tell me how much I need? Oh, yes. I need another 2 tablespoons of tomato paste because I don't have pepper paste. And we need another 5 cloves of garlic. So right now, our count of garlic is about 12 cloves. I don't know if you've been keeping track, but I am trying to keep track. Let's see, there's 2, 3. Do one more because I have 2 bitty ones. My thing is empty, so I won't get splashed this time. Okay. This time we're also going to need a juice of a lemon. They call this part the sour tomato sauce because it has a little bit of lemon juice in it. But I personally like it. And I might add a little bit of roasted paprika to this so it will have a little bit of a bite. All right. I've got my melted garlic over there. Got our melted butter. We're going to add some tomatoes. I'm going to add some lemon. Okay. Woo! I'm making a mess. I'm going to mince my garlic over there just because it's easier. And once we get this sauteing and slow cooking, then we can put our buttons in. Okay. One. Okay, my water is boiling. So, oh crap, I lost my garlic. There's two. Okay. Let's get all that garlic. Alrighty. Am I going to serve the food? Yes, I'm going to serve this. That will definitely be, well, if I can make it work, we're going to serve it. We still don't know if we've been able to figure out how this all thing comes together yet. So if this comes together well, then yes. All right. So when you have your butter and your lemon juice and you stir your tomato paste around, it's going to slightly thin out and it's going to dissolve. This is kind of what you want because it's going to be kind of a drizzle. Okay. What else do I need to put in that? I need mint. Okay. We need more mint in this. We got some mint. And that is going to simmer. All right. Are we ready? I'm going to put these buttons in the water. And I've got my handy dandy slotted spoon to get them out. So, and then we're going to figure out how we're going to plate all of this once it all pulls together. All right. Let's do it. Okay, I'm popping them in. And apparently when they float, they're done. They're not floating, dude. We're not floating yet. Okay, it's making me a little nervous. Okay, we'll have to see. I guess I'll distract myself and get a bowl so that I can plate it. Okay, I'm walking away. Let's see. So that maybe it will cook. Let's see. Is it floating yet? You're not floating yet. Okay. Fingers crossed this all works out. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put some of this tomato sauce on the bottom of my bowl because I'm doing this double tomato. I'm doing all the sauces because I want all the things. That's what I want. So I'm putting a little bit of the tomato sauce in the bowl. If you could smell it, it smells like so heavenly with all of the tomatoes and butter. It's kind of like my favoriteest smell ever. Okay, guys, they're still not floating. Okay, we're just going to have to give it a minute. The suspense is slightly killing me to see if I kind of did this okay. Okay, we're going to turn that off because that's done. And this, we're just going to stir. This doesn't tell me how long it's supposed to take. It just says throw them in the boiling water, and when they float, they're done. Welcome to Turkish recipes. They don't tell you how long, and they tell you to throw them in. How dare they just tell you to throw them in the water? They're just delicate little buttons. Are they falling apart? They're not falling apart, so that's a good thing. So that's a good thing. They're not falling apart yet. Oh, they're coming up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them out. Okay, let's see if I can show them. Okay, let's put this over a bowl so I don't drip. You see? Whoops. They kind of all cooked up and they kept their shape. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put them in. Did I get them all? Did I not get them all? I missed a couple. I'm going to put them in my tomato paste, and I'm going to roll them around in my tomato paste. Did I get it all? Oh, I missed one, but I kind of made a mess and there we go. Okay. So now I want to we're going to bring this over here. You see, I'm kind of just tossing them in this little tomato mixture so that this little tomato mixture can kind of capture all, because the divots in the buttons is kind of what makes, captures all of the thing. Let me get a spoon so I can show you. Hold on a second. You see, oops, that's a big, huge piece of garlic at the bottom. Can't really see. The little divot kind of holds all the stuff. So now I'm going to take these out. I need a little bit more. I'm going to put them in here. All right. So this is our double tomato thing right here. All right, let's put the rest of this over here. Okay. So let's see. Can you see? Ta-da! All right, so we've got that there. We've got that there. Let's see. Ta-da! Now, we are going to add some garlic yogurt on top of that. Then, okay, so I made a bit of a mess. We've got my fresh little bits of parsley, like teeny little bits of parsley from my garden. It's kind of all I got. Like when I mean that I only had bits. There we go. I only had bits, but I just kind of needed it to make it pretty. Ta-da! Oops, there's a little glop there. Ta-da! There you go. I should probably try one, huh? Let's see. Let's take this little guy. Totally works. We got all three. Woo! There will be no vampires coming around this house tonight with like 15 cloves of garlic. But I think they lie saying that they float up to the top because mine only went halfway and they're completely fine. So if you make this recipe, use your own judgment. I don't think it needs to float all the way to the top to be done. So just give it a couple of minutes. I wouldn't throw them in the water. I would just kind of place them in the water, even though the recipe says to throw them. But I definitely think this is a winner. I like it. Have no idea how to make this gluten-free, but I guess that's a project for another time. Okay, I'm out of here. I'm going to go eat this nice little bowl of buttons and pretend that I'm a kid at my mom's house and actually being able to spend time with my mom because, whole pandemic thing, can't really visit with people. So I'm going to go be a little bit nostalgic right now and eat my buttons. Okay, have fun.